I'm 11 days post-op with Dr. Cameron Bowman in Vancouver, BC, Canada, and I'm healing up really well. I have a hematoma here, which is actually not that bad, and I've still got a drain on this side, as you can see. This side is perfectly fine, and I'm like completely flat now. I still got some swelling, obviously. It's only been 11 days, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to turn out okay. I'm still having some pain, but not too much. This is weird. I never film myself like from this part downwards because of my chest, obviously. And also, if you can see, this is like a really small binder. I should have gotten a medium, but I ordered it online, and so it was a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. I'm sorry about the boring backdrop. This is my new apartment. I actually really like this place, and I'm really glad to be home, just because I'm like a homebody. I don't like to leave my stuff away, like my stuff like alone for long periods of time. I wish, maybe I can show like what my chest looks like a bit. It's probably gonna look nasty. This is me. I don't want to pull it down all the way because I can't pull it up. I mean, I can't pull it back up myself. But as you can see, it's like pretty flat. I do have, this is a bit swollen still. That's gonna go away. It's still painful there, so I know that it's swelling. And right here as well. See, there's the hematoma. Not bad. The nipple placement is really good. You can't see my nipples yet because they're still covered. I have a drain hole that I finally was able to take the little bandage on top of it. It was like a hole, and my girlfriend was grossed out when I took it off, but it's healing up really well. The hematoma, it was aggravated because I have ADD, so things will happen, and I will do things without thinking. Like, there was a fly in the room, and I went to swat it, and I shouldn't have, because it ended up tearing this a little bit. I know it did because I started getting fresh blood in the tube. That was about 4 days post-op, and then where I was staying, there was like a little kitten, and it's not the kitten's fault, obviously. It just stuff like this happens, and it attacked my foot, and so I bent down, and my reaction was to like go like this with my arm, and I ended up hurting myself again even more. So this side has been having kind of a rough time. This one's like I have almost like I can lift my arm up high, and it doesn't hurt me or anything. It's got barely any bruising, if you can see that. Yeah, they said, Dr. Bowman said that this side I'll have to keep the drain in until it turns yellow. It will probably take about 2-3 weeks or something like that. What else? Yeah, I had a really hard time with my surgery. Like, I thought I was going to be up and like moving around, at least able to like do things myself. But it turns out that I'm really sensitive to the anesthetic, so I ended up puking like 20-something times after the surgery, and I couldn't get around myself. I ended up having to get wheeled to my appointment for like the week post-op checkup, and the painkillers weren't working for me at all. I have a really hard time with medication. I'm also resistant to antibiotics. I'm allergic to antibiotics. I'm allergic to penicillin sulfa, and the oxycodone that they gave me, it was making me feel like I was going to black out, and I was dizzy, and it wasn't even taking away my pain enough. I was still in a lot of pain. Like, I didn't want to get out of bed. I was shaking from the pain. I almost felt like near the end of it, like up until like 2-3 days ago actually, I felt like I had a low-grade flu like symptoms, and it wasn't very pleasant. but now it seems like the worst is over, and I still have like some pressure and some like soreness. I also get this like weird like like my muscle is spasming in my pec here. Like, it's hard to describe. Also, for guys who are like going to get this done, make sure if you have drains that you get something to wrap around the holes or around the tube underneath your vest, because it will irritate and it will actually, it's been blistering my skin. It's actually pretty painful. It almost feels like when you wear shoes for a long period of time and wear the like skin off your heel, and then your shoe keeps rubbing on it. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I'm 11 days post-op. I should be going in for a 6-week checkup. Sorry, it's still weird to like see my chest and like not see boobs anymore. But I also worked out like a lot. I worked out for about 2 years before I had surgery because I wanted them to like be able to see my pec muscle. But I ended up going through a really, really rough time, and I ended up being homeless for a month before I had surgery, and I only had a home for about a week. I found one like at the last moment, and it ended up being like the best place that I had seen. So that was nice, but I wasn't able to eat healthy, and I wasn't able to like do exercise or anything because of my situation. So I ended up gaining a little bit of weight, which bummed me out, and then I ended up staying in Vancouver for my recovery. So again, I didn't have the resources to make healthy meals, so I was eating mostly like pizza and like those little like mini pizzas because they're on sale for like $1.98 for 4, and just fruit and stuff like that. So, but as soon as I am able to, I'm gonna start working out again. And I don't know, I really like the results. My nipples actually look really good. I don't know if I can actually, maybe I can peel this back and show you one of them. Yeah, here's my nipple. The placement is really good, and it's kind of crusty right now, obviously, but the size is not bad, and the contour is really good. Actually, they were really surprised by my my sensation when they were taking the sutures out of this nipple. It actually hurt. Like, I felt almost every single suture that they were taking out, and they were amazed that I had that much feeling like this soon. My other one is not so good because I think because of the hematoma, and I also had a lot of bruising all the way up into the armpit because it looked like they like scraped a lot more on the side for some reason. I didn't feel like any of the sutures. I still do get like a tingling, like burning in my nipple. It's like a stinging and a burning and a tugging almost when I do things, or just for no reason at all. I think it's just the nerve endings trying to find their way back to places. And yeah, so everything's healing up really well, and I kind of want to stop this video because my girlfriend's going to be back soon, and I don't want her to like come in while I'm filming. But I guess that's it. It's 11 days, and my 6-week checkup will be on July 17th, and then I'll have to go back to Vancouver for that. It's been kind of expensive because I'm on disability, and they only pay for the surgery. I have to pay for everything else, and I was lucky enough that people donated to me, and were really generous towards me, and I'm really thankful for that. But I guess I'll update again when I get the stitches removed and the tape around my nipples, and hope you guys liked my video. If you have any questions about Dr. Bowman's work, or about his office, or about the process of getting chest surgery covered in BC, or anything like that, be sure to like give me a message, because I'm basically a pro at this now. Anyways, have a good one.